guys? It's your girl Josh coming back to you from Real Takes. Today I'll be doing a reaction to the trailer titled Beirut starring Jon Hamm and Rosamund Pike. I'm actually looking forward to this. I'm a fan of Jon Hamm, but I'm really a fan of Rosamund Pike mostly. I loved her. I've been following her for a couple of years. I did like her in when she did the remake of Pride and Prejudice. I enjoyed her in a United Kingdom. Also, she did a movie that's one of my faves and has The Rock in it. I loved her in Doom, but I definitely fell in love with her when she did Gone Girl with Ben Affleck. Now, speaking of Ben Affleck, I liked Jon Hamm when he did the movie The Town, even though he was such an ass playing that cop in that movie, but it was a good movie. And of course, he did Baby Driver, which was a great movie. And everybody knows him from Mad Men, so he's definitely branched out ever since, Mad Men went off, whatever, and doing a little bit more movies and mixing up a little bit. But this one is, I'm very intrigued to see how this is. So with that said, let's just go ahead and get right into it.
I was raised as an only child of two people who basically hated each other just enough to stay together. So I guess you could say I've been mediating since well before I was born. Years before I heard the term mutually assured destruction, I was very familiar with it growing up in that house.
Mason Francis Skiles, 45 years old. 10 years ago, he was deputy chief of mission here, until his wife was killed.
He's damaged goods, but he's manageable.
Maybe one of you could tell me what I'm doing here.
3 nights ago, an American was pulled off the street in West Beirut. Next morning, we got a communique from a group calling itself the Militia of Islamic Liberation. They have the guy, they want to talk. They want you to broker the deal.
They asked for you specifically.
Your friend Cal, he's the hostage.
Cal's the head of all Middle East operations.
He talks. You be waiting for bodies to pile up on the embassy sidewalk.
What do you want me to do?
You're an experienced negotiator. Negotiate.
What do you want?
I will track Al Riley for the return of my brother, Rafael Borajan.
Give me a meeting in Israel.
Munich Olympics, Madrid, flight 305. 46 days. All of this, Rafid Abu Rajab.
Is this about you looking for the man who killed your wife?
If they can't find your brother, you're gonna have to come up with an alternative.
This is alternative.
He's given us 6 hours to deliver the brother.
He's hiding. He's been driven so deep his own people don't know where he is.
Right now, there's a hell of a lot of unprotected pieces in the field.
Do you think they want to save Cal, or do you think they want to save the information?
That's an ugly question.
Clearly, the monsters have taken over Lebanon. Something needs to be done. And give Israel the keys to the city?
I need to see Cal, and it's impossible. It's only impossible if he's dead.
2,000 years of revenge, vendetta, murder. Welcome to Beirut.
Okay, you guys, I really enjoyed that trailer. That's a really good type of that's a good storyline. Excuse me. Little, not too much, where it's different. We've seen things like this over the years for so different many. I see that it's the writers of the Bourne trilogy, so I was like, okay, it's in good capable hands where it's going to be a good story. We'll kind of, extend out with what's happened to him, how it's going to be helpful to him, to go back there, help a friend, move past this, whatever and all. And like the guy did ask him, he says, this basically about having friends is about getting revenge. If you're here, you're going to be tasked to do something, but are you going to use that to divert and do what you want to do? I love movies like this. Also, I love it because I already watch a show, and I'm going to go ahead and, if I'm doing a shout out to it, I love Homeland, starring Claire Danes. That's a great show. I am excited because they're supposed to be coming back on, I think it's either February or March, and I can't wait to look forward, because they kind of, the way they do their seasons, they kind of go along with how the times are happening here. It might be pushed back if it's more recent with the way they do the years, or it's kind of similar and similarities to certain storyline dictation with what's happening in the news, and I like that. I know the new season is going to kind of you stem around kind of how things are happening in turn of events with how there's going to be a female president and how she's going about handling business, what's going to happen, because of the way they thought things were going to turn out in regards to the election back in November of 16. So just going to be enjoying that. But yes, this is something that I love, because honestly, you can't turn off the news with seeing what's going on in other countries and what's happening, and how this is not too far-fetched with how things, can happen in this world. We don't see a lot of it, this stuff is sometimes done in secret, just like they said in certain parts of it, Americans want to keep their secrets. Yeah, everyone wants to keep their secrets and how they deal with different countries, how things are sanctioned, rules, regulations, whatever that may be, and it is what it is. Not everything is going to be for our out for us to see, visible, for us to know, whatever and all that. If granted, we have social media, whatever and all that, but some things are kept unheard, and if certain things are to get out, things are done to make sure that does not happen. So it is what it is. But like I said, I won't go on too much because I could talk about this stuff really. But this is definitely something I will be checking out when it comes out in theaters. It looks like Jon Hamm's doing a great play on his character in this movie. So I'm looking forward, and of course Rosamund Pike, playing a person trying to bring him back into the fold, whichever. And I think I said Dean Norris. I think that's him. I can see with the hair on it because I know he's bald, whatever, and all that. So it's nice to see his face. I recognized him. So with that said, you guys comment, tell me what you think. If it's something you want to see, if it's a little hits too close to home in certain aspects, not so much about going to see it, and that's fine too. But with that said, you guys, I will see you on the next reaction. You guys take care.